Hello, sports lovers. Welcome to Met Sports TV. In today's episode, I'll be previewing the much awaited bout between Dillian, the body snatcher Whyte, and Alexander Povetkin. But before I get into the analysis, I want to bring you the tail of the tape. Dillian Whyte is age 32, whilst Alexander Povetkin is 40. Dillian has 28 fights, Alexander has 38. Dillian has 27 wins, Alexander has 35 wins. Dillian has lost one fight to Anthony Joshua, whilst Alexander has lost two fights to Vladimir Klitschko and Anthony Joshua. Dillian has not drawn a fight, but Alexander drew his last fight with Michael the Bounty Hunter. Dillian is 6'4", while Alexander is 6'2". Dillian has 18 KOs to his credit, while Alexander has 24. Dillian has a reach advantage of 78 inches, while Alexander's reach is 75. They are both orthodox fighters. Dillian Whyte is from Britain, and Alexander is from Russia. Dillian Whyte does not have a great amateur background. He only had 6 fights to his credit, beating Anthony AJ Joshua in his first fight, hence the rivalry. Due to this, Dillian lacked amateur pedigree. Dillian is basically an okay fighter. Now I go into the pros or the advantages of Dillian the body snatcher Whyte. He has a good left hook which can KO the likes of Lucas Browning. That fight, he brutally KO'd Lucas Browning. He had to spend a night at the hospital. He's the younger fighter and has been in camp for 5 months, so he would come in fit for this particular bout, which we all know he has always struggled with his fitness. Whyte can KO if he lands a good punch on anyone like he did with Lucas Browning and Derek Chisoro in the last fight. Dillian has an okay jab, which sometimes does not go well for him, but on average, he has a good jab. His weaknesses are Whyte lacks stamina and does a lot of mistakes in the later rounds. Let's say from round 8 going, he does a lot of mistakes like he did against Oscar Rivers in round 9 and Parker in round 12. He lacks defense. He is unable to move his head or slick a punch. Due to the lack of amateur experience, he cannot fight on the back foot. He has not faced different styles of boxing, so when pressured and going backwards, Dillian is quite deficient. His footwork is poor and even loses balance when throwing a punch. Now to the strength of the Russian former world champion. The Russian has a lot of advantage and experience as a fighter. Though age 40 and he will turn 41 in September, he is a former Olympic gold medalist and a former world champion. He held the WBA championship, which then he was trained by legend Hall of Fame Teddy Atlas. Remember, he gave that famous speech, the angel speech. The first pro is that he starts his fight very well, just like he did against AJ, unlike his last fight against Michael Hunter. He has a rich amateur pedigree, and I've already said he's an Olympic gold medalist. He has a very, very sound boxing fundamental and understands the craft. He has great left hook, just like Dillian Whyte, which can knock out big guys like David Price, who is 6'9". He has an effective overhand right punch, which he normally uses as counter. So when Dillian throws a punch and does not land, he should be looking out for that punch that would come from the top. And his weaknesses are he also lacks stamina. He's unable to continue fight or fight at the same pace after 6-7 rounds. He does not do well under pressure. As we all know, Dillian is since can't go back. He's always a guy that moves forward in terms of fighting. In his last 2 fights, he has shown that he can't take punches and he can easily get hurt because he's now age 40 and he cannot handle the pain like he used to 5-6 years ago. Now to my prediction. This fight will start at a very high note. I don't see it going beyond 10 rounds. Povetkin will hit Whyte a couple of times with his overhand right, but cannot continue because of the pace at which the fight would be going. This would go into favor Whyte, who will later come in, targeting the body of Povetkin, giving him a shot to his ribs, and that would break him down. And I'm sure he would get the KO around 10 or round 9. This is my prediction for the much awaited fight for the WBC Interim World Championship, which is currently being held by Dillian the Body Snatcher Whyte. If Dillian Whyte loses this fight, it is probably that the WBC would not give him a chance to face the winner of Fury Wilder 3. So all is at stake and he has to put in the maximum best, having camped in Portugal for 5 months before arriving in UK this Tuesday. He was looking fantastic. I think this is the career's lighter he would weigh, and he has also changed trainers that may also go on to affect him, but I think Harvey is a good enough trainer to carry Dillian to the promised land and win him this fight and make him the mandatory for 2021 for the WBC title, which is currently being held by Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. This fight would be on the Zone in America, and it would also be on Sky Sports box office. It's a pay-per-view fight. We have a rematch between Katie Taylor and Pearson. The first fight ended in a very, very controversial manner. So all these fights are worthy of pay-per-view, and boxing is back. We are happy to have our sports back. So as I sign out, always remember to like, subscribe, and share the content, and also stay positive. Au revoir.
Doing it again. And up my channel. Doing it again. And up my channel.